guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. This one is going to be rather long and packed with a lot of information, so I really need to jump right into it. I don't want to drag this intro any longer. So today I am finally sitting down and talking about my beloved Dyson Airwrap. I have it right here with me to show you everything as I speak. This is the box. You guys might have seen I already have a video where I unboxed this hair tool and spoke a little bit about it, gave my first impressions. But now I have been using this tool for a couple of months. I don't know exactly how many months, but it's been a couple of months. I have been using it every single time I wash my hair. I really mastered all of the techniques and I just really got a good use out of it, and I'm ready to sit and talk, tell you everything you need to know, give you all the information that I possibly have, and hopefully help you make a decision whether this tool is for you. We are approaching holidays. I know a lot of you are thinking about this as a gift for yourself or just to put it on your wish list or for someone else. So if that is you, keep on watching and I hope I answer some of your questions. To start off, let's first talk about my hair currently. So this is a third day of hair for me. I washed my hair 3 days ago, and this morning earlier I just retouched a little bit, added some volume in some places where the curls have really loosened, which is usually like the bottom portion of my hair since my hair is rather long. Another thing I need to address is that I just realized I'm wearing a black top and I have pretty dark hair at the moment, almost black, so I don't really know how much you're going to see of my hair here, but I will be inserting clips of me styling my hair as I talk, so hopefully you will be able to see how the tool actually works. Let's first talk about which styler I have. So the styler I went for is the complete Airwrap set for long hair. So it has the long barrels. I'm going to show them in a second. It comes in this beautiful box. Again, I have a full unboxing video, so I'm not going to go through all of these details in this video. I'm just going to go through all of the attachments and how I use them and what are the styles that I like and all the tips and tricks that I learned while using the Airwrap. I got a couple of comments and I checked myself personally, and apparently Dyson doesn't offer the exact same offer on every market. So I got my styler at Dyson store here in Milan in Italy, and you can pretty much order the same set over here on Dyson shop online, but I checked and apparently in the United States you can't get the same exact like complete set with long barrels online. So what you have to do instead is basically go through a little questionnaire. You fill in your info all about your hair and you're going to get like a recommended set. That way you can get like your own complete set with the long barrels, like the long attachments, which are these. I believe the regular ones are somewhere like this, like maybe a little bit more than a half. Because I was searching for this set online, I went through a lot of websites, so I'm going to make a list and I'm going to leave it down below in the description box with all the links and places where you can get a complete set with long barrels for long hair in pretty much all of the major markets where you guys are from, if you are looking into this tool and you're having troubles finding the complete set. Another thing worth mentioning is also the colorway. In some markets they offer the set in black and purple version instead of the gray and pink, and with that version the storage box is black. I personally love the color of this box, so I would definitely go for this colorway, but black and purple is also beautiful, and yeah, it just depends on a personal preference. I am just going to go through each and every attachment that comes in this box as we speak, as I explain how I like to use them and what I use them for. This is pretty much the interior of the box. The only thing is that the barrels are laying like this in a long version. They cannot stand like so as they do in a regular like short version, just because they're too long. So this is how you will be storing your barrels, and then I have brushes underneath. As you may know, this tool is designed to work on wet hair, so you're going to use this one tool from the beginning to the finish of styling your hair, which is probably the number one thing why I was personally sold on this product. So how I like to style my hair is, First, starting with my bangs, like the front bits of my hair. If you have bangs or just like a little bit shorter face framing bits in the front, or if you have very like fine hair that dries very quickly, I would suggest you start styling the front parts first, just because you don't really want to leave your hair dry on its own too much. And sometimes it's a little bit harder to style it afterwards, especially if you're struggling with like the parting of your hair, or if your hairs want to go in specific directions. Sometimes it's easiest if you just work with them immediately once they are like super wet. So that's what I usually do. And for styling my bangs, I use two of the attachments. So I start off with the round brush. I don't usually use the round brush a lot. I pretty much use this one for one purpose only, and that is the volume at the roots. So I love using this brush to get a nice lift, a nice volume at the roots, specifically for my bangs or for the crown of my hair. Some areas where you want to add some volume, this works really well. I find that this brush doesn't work so well for like styling your whole hair if you have long and medium hair length. Probably if you have short hair, this is going to be your favorite brush, your favorite attachment. But for very long hair, I find that this brush works the best for volume. So I add some volume to my bangs with the round brush. Next up, I use one of these two brushes. So these are the smoothing and kind of like straightening brushes. One is for softer, more finer hair, and the other one is for more coarse, thicker, frizzier or curly hair. I find that these brushes are very similar, so I don't think there is a huge difference. The soft one is definitely a little bit more soft and just doesn't do such a great job when it comes to straightening the hair. This one is just a little bit better if you want that straight, very sleek hairstyle. But for my bangs, I find myself reaching out for this one much more, just because I don't have so many hairs right here. It's not like a very thick strand of hair. It's quite like feathery, wispy, so I usually reach out for this one. Weirdly enough, with this brush versus this one, I can get like a slightly better band to my bangs, and I can kind of control exactly how I want them to fall. I'm specifically talking about like this outward angle, if you can call it a way. So I like my bangs to kind of like point outwards, and I achieve that the best with this brush by simply holding the brush like so. So giving that nice bend where I want it, and then I just slide slowly and let it go like this. That way I can get that perfect like wispy look for my bangs. One thing that I noticed with this brush, and I haven't heard anyone mention, and I think this was a game changer for me when I figured this out, is that these bristles are basically moving. So they are not like fixed, they have like a slight movement. So if you can hear. And what this does is basically similar to this attachment. So the direction of the air changes when you change the position of the bristles. So what I noticed is that a lot of people were saying how sometimes these brushes can kind of like blow away the hair, and that happens for sure. First couple times when I tried using these attachments, it happened to me as well. I was trying to brush my hair. The hairs were just blowing away from the brush, and I realized that the direction of the air was not in a good place. So I realized as I was switching from one side to another that the bristles were not moving, and it would happen that like I would be kind of like brushing the hair and the air would blow in the opposite direction. So in order to make sure that the air is blowing in the right direction, let me attach the brush so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're planning, let's say, to hold the styler with this hand, and let's say you want to work on this portion of the hair. So if you want the hairs to stay on the brush nicely, you need to make sure that the air is blowing this way. So you would feel the air here. And in order to check that, all you have to do is you move the bristles. The tool is designed to do this on its own, so it should automatically kind of like suck in the hairs and stay that way. But sometimes I notice that with this brush it just doesn't happen, especially if the hairs that you are working with are fine. I feel like it's not enough for the brush to kind of like feel it and pull it. So you have to do it yourself, which is not really a problem. You just turn it on and you check if the air is blowing in the right direction. If it's not, you just flip the bristles and you can continue styling your hair. When I learned this, it was quite a game changer because it just like saved me some time, and I could always just like flip the bristles if I see that the hairs are just like going all over the place. So yeah, that is how I love using this brush at the beginning. Once I'm done styling the front part of my hair, I'm ready to move on to the rest. And here goes another tip that I also learned myself, and I've heard people complain about this issue. So people complain a lot about how it's not convenient to swap between the barrels. You have two barrels and they have opposite direction of arrows on them. It should go like this. So you're supposed to use this barrel on this side and this barrel on that one if you want your curls to go outwards. If you want them to go inwards, you just swap and you use the barrels like so. The arrow is kind of telling you which way the curls are going to go, and you're going to be looking yourself in the mirror when you're trying to figure this out. What I heard a lot of people complain about is how it's a little bit time consuming and just not practical to keep switching between the barrels. And the first thing I thought was, why would you even switch? Why don't you just finish one side of the hair first and then switch and finish the other side of your hair second? To me, that makes so much sense, and I actually never styled my hair by switching between the barrels the whole time. I think that is really time consuming and just annoying. So what I like to do instead is I split my hair in half like so. So I split my hair in left and right side. I clip away the side that I will be doing second, and I start styling the first side, let's say the right one. So to begin, I take the blow dryer attachment and I dry a little bit the side that I will be styling. I do not dry with a blow dryer the side that I will be styling next, just because my hair actually dries very quickly and I just want to leave it there wet waiting. So I continue with drying my hair with a blow dryer attachment. This little guy is so powerful on its own. I guess if you have very thick hair, this is probably not powerful enough for you to do a full blowout, but if you have anything from like medium thick to fine hair, this little blow dryer is going to dry your hair so fast. So be careful, don't like over dry your hair. For styling with Dyson Airwrap, it's recommended to have like 80-70% of dampness in your hair, so don't over dry it. And you can always like mist and spritz your hair with some water if it's a little bit too dry. For this kind of like blowout, very soft, bouncy hair, I love using the wide barrels. So this is pretty much the tool that I use most often. If I want to achieve tighter curls, like an actual curl, I would go ahead and use this ones. These are the narrow and these are the wider barrels. But yeah, these I don't use that often, just because lately I really like this very loose, very natural, kind of like my hair but better style. And now the most important is the technique, like the way you're going to use these attachments and this tool at the end. So what actually makes this tool unique is the Kawanda effect of the air wrapping your hair around the barrel on its own. And this is kind of like the selling point of this tool. So I personally love using it the way it's designed. I really believe everyone can learn to use this. It's so simple and so convenient. So what I normally do is I section my hair as I would with any hairstyling tool, and I start from the bottom first. You are going to take the strand of hair, you're simply just going to place it in front of the barrel, then you're going to turn the styler on. The styler is going to wrap the hair on its own, and you're going to grab the styler and just bring it closer to your face, your head, and that way you're going to kind of like curl and grab hairs as much as you want, just depending on how far you want your curls to start. You're going to hold the styler for, let's say, around 20 to 30 seconds. For curling and styling my hair, I usually use the maximum settings. So I use the maximum air strength and I use the maximum temperature. And after about like 20 to 30 seconds, you're going to slide the on and off button up, hold it there for another 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds and basically give your hair a cool air blast. So when you hold the button like so, the air starts like cooling and you're just going to kind of like cool down your curls. You have to turn off the styler and then you let go all your hair. So it's a very simple technique. It really doesn't require a lot of coordination or anything. It's extremely lightweight and very well designed, so you can definitely hold the tool with just one hand. The second technique, which I don't really use that much, is basically using this tool like a regular curling wand. So instead of holding the styler this way, you are going to grab the styler with the opposite hand. So if you're going to style this portion, you're going to take the styler with this hand, you're going to grab the strand of hair, and then you're going to hold the styler diagonally like so, pointing downwards, and you're going to roll the hair around the styler on your own. Definitely Kawanda effect is going to work and help the hair wrap itself and stay in place, but most of the times you will still have to hold the end of your hairs just because somehow, I don't know, I feel like it's just not working the same way. So sometimes this portion doesn't stay on the barrel. This is definitely not the way it's supposed to be used, so you have to use both of your hands. This way you're going to get that very nice wavy loose curl that you get with your curling wand, and I know a lot of people really like that look. So I just wanted to let you know that you can definitely achieve the same look with this styler, but you also have the option to rest your hands, let it do its work, and style your hair effortlessly. But if sometimes you really want that specific look you get with a curling wand, you can achieve that with this as well. I like to do that with the narrow barrels if I want those really nice kind of defined waves. I have also experimented and discovered that you can get similar look with the Kawanda method just by taking the strand of the hair and twisting it a little bit before you let the barrel pick it up. You kind of get a similar result, similar curl as you would with this classical hair curler wand technique. Oh my god, I lost words. I'm talking a lot in this video, so please bear with me. I'm just trying to give you as much information as I possibly can. And then obviously when I'm done with one side, I just switch up and put the other barrel and I go on with the other side. When I'm done styling my hair, if I feel like I want a little bit more volume on the crown or something, I would reattach the round brush and just maybe go through those bits and add a bit of volume. At this point, I would also reach out again for this brush, and I love using it for taming like some flyaways, or if I have a bit of frizz left in the top portion of my hair, just because like the barrels can't really go that close to your roots, and you don't even want them to be so close because you don't want to burn the roots or the scalp. So sometimes I would just grab this brush and I would hold it this way, and I would just brush gently over like the top layer and just tame down those flyaways. It works really well for that. When it comes to these brushes and styling my full hair with them, I can definitely style my whole hair just with these, with the smoothing brushes, whereas this one, as I told you, requires a lot of work and I don't find it useful. I would rather than use a regular blow dryer and a round brush instead of this, but I feel like this works really well if you have short and medium length hair. But let's say if I want to go with like my natural straight hair, just add more like shine to it, make it sleeker, get rid of the frizz, I would use one of these brushes. Probably for my whole hair I would use this one, just because on my type of hair it's a little bit more smoothing. I have naturally straight hair, but it is very frizzy, so when there is a bit of humidity or something, my hair gets really frizzy and I start getting a lot of texture. So I tested this brush in the more humid conditions and it really helped me get rid of the frizz. That is how I like to use these attachments, but to be fair, I didn't use them that often on my whole hair. I just use them for these purposes that I described earlier. Obviously, my final thoughts are going to be very positive. I guess you guys figured out throughout the video. I'm very happy and enthusiastic about this tool. Since I got it, I seriously haven't reached for any of my other tools. I haven't touched my blow dryer. I haven't touched any of the hot tools like the straightener or the curling one, just simply because my hair never felt so soft, so silky, and just so good to touch after styling it. So I just never even thought of going back to those tools. If you are someone who is struggling with growing their hair, or you have a very brittle hair that's breaking easily, it's very soft, very fine, I would highly suggest you looking into this tool. Of course, the biggest con to this tool is the price. We cannot just neglect the really high price on this hair tool. I know it's something that for a lot of people is just completely out of their reach, and that's very sad because there is no similar tool on the market right now. I hope that other brands are going to start coming up with similar types of tools, just because it is so good and it is definitely going to help you have like healthier and shinier hair and help you grow your hair and maintain the integrity of your hair. So I really hope we are going to see something soon from the competitors. I assume though that if you are watching this video, this is probably something that is within your budget, or you are thinking about it. Maybe you're saving up for it and you're just still thinking whether you should go for it or not. And in my opinion and experience, it was definitely a good purchase, something that I absolutely do not regret, and moreover I would actually recommend. As I mentioned earlier, I heard a few people complaining how it's not so easy and fast using this styler, but I think it's all the matter of right technique and just practice. If you use all the tips that I gave you guys in this video, I'm pretty sure you will be amazed how fast you can style your hair. Not just how fast you can style your hair, but how fast you can achieve the result you would get in the salon, and you're doing it by yourself at home. Going back to the salon, if you are someone who actually loves going to get a blowout in the salon and that's something that you really love doing, this is definitely a tool for you, because speaking about the price, if you divide this price by the average blowout in the salon, when you do the math, it actually pays off getting this tool. Another pro, and this one is specifically for all you guys that are kind of like organization neat freaks, this tool is a dream for everyone who likes things organized. Just the fact that you can always store all of your items in this beautiful box. There are no cables around, there are no brushes, everything is neat. It's very easy to keep this very clean. It's very easy to clean the brushes, so you never have any hairs on them or anything. It really makes like the whole experience of styling your hair extra pleasurable, and it's just like something you are going to look forward to. Every time I take a shower, I really look forward to putting my AirPods, sitting on a chair, styling my hair, listening to an audiobook or a podcast, or watching a YouTube video. Just like my little me time that I really enjoy. And it just like transformed something that used to be very painful for me because I have long hair to something that is very pleasurable. I definitely don't need my other hair tools anymore, and I really want to have this like ease of mind knowing that this is the only thing I need for styling my hair. When it comes to traveling, you can get some really cute and convenient travel cases. I ordered one on Amazon. It still hasn't arrived. I'm going to link it down below if you want to check it out, and I'm going to show you when it comes, probably on my Instagram or something. So overall, if you have medium thick to very thin fine brittle hair, especially if you are in that category of very fine brittle kind of like sensitive hair and scalp, I would highly recommend you look into this tool, because I'm sure this is going to be your favorite tool. You're going to finally have the hair of your dreams without being guilty and damaging your hair too much. I can't speak for like very coarse, very thick or curly hair type, because obviously that's not my hair type, but if you have anything else, I am pretty sure that you are going to love this tool. Another thing I forgot to mention is that I can go longer between the washes since I started using this tool. Just because my hair remains like very soft and like silky, I can just apply a little bit of dry shampoo, do a little touch-ups, and I'm good to go. A couple of times when we were traveling, I even went for like 5 days without washing my hair, which is something that I couldn't even imagine earlier, because I have quite like an oily scalp and dry ends. But with this tool, somehow it just works. It makes my hair so soft that it doesn't really feel like dirty. Just a little bit of dry shampoo does the fix. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I have been talking so much, my throat hurts. I really hope I gave you some useful information and made your decision easier. If I did, let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram on Like to Know It app. Also, subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next one.